Hello, friends. I wanted to tell you about a sort of epiphany I had last night. But first, I would like to give you an update on where I'm at with Kratom because in my last video, I talked about my recent relapse and I talked about how I've been kind of taking a lot of Kratom. And in my last video, I was like maybe a day into withdrawal. And so where we left off, I made it about 3 days into that withdrawal. But then I had to go back to work, and I had been fooled into thinking like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Like the first 2 days were just not that bad; they were manageable. But then I get to work, and I had not really gotten very good sleep the night before, and that day was like the worst day I've had in a long time. I was so unfocused. I had the worst brain fog. I wanted to rip my skin off. I was like so sweaty and I made so many mistakes at work. And there was a sort of confrontation with my boss. And one thing about me is I do not handle confrontation well. So I went home from work just in a state. I was in a raw state and I could not calm down. And I got my schedule and I worked the next 4 days, and some of those days were alone, and I was just like, like I can't do this. And I thought about it a lot, and I had the thought like, well, you could just taper, and I shot that down. So I was like, no, that's just an excuse to keep taking kratom. But like, I do think tapering is valid, and I actually have successfully tapered before. So I kept coming back to that, and I was like, just taper. Like it's okay. So I made the decision to taper. All that to say, I've still been on kratom, and the taper I like to think would have been successful. It was going okay. I kind of made a general goal to just be off it by the end of the year. But that brings me to last night, which was another night in a string of nights I've had this week where I've just been parked on my couch, TV on, TV on, but I'm scrolling my phone because I'm the overstimulation queen. I'm high on kratom, and I'm hitting my vape every other minute, and my dopamine receptors are just getting blasted. And yeah, I had like a few nights in a row like that. And yesterday I didn't even work. I spent like the whole day watching YouTube or watching TV, scrolling on my phone, hitting my vape. Like that was just because that's me on kratom. That's what I do. And the scary thing is that I had slipped into this way of existing and I didn't even quite catch it. Like, and I just felt justified because, like, well, I've been working. Like, it's fine. I'm allowed to veg out. But the negative effects of my kratom use over the past couple months now really had started getting to me. And like I said, I didn't really catch it. Like, okay, last night, sitting on my couch, TV on, scrolling, vaping, all that. And I had like a little temper tantrum because I was feeling so anxious and I was feeling so irritated. And it's hard to explain if you've never been addicted to kratom for like a long period of time, but there is a certain anxiety you get on kratom, like a very deep anxiety, and like I can't explain it, but it's an anxiety I only get from kratom, and I am not a very irritable person, but it comes with this on edge, tense feeling that I only get when I'm on kratom, and I'm like feeling his feelings. And I'm just like, oh, like, why do I feel like this? Like, why am I so anxious? Why am I so irritated right now? Like, I'm literally just sitting in my house, and I kind of felt like a temper tantrum. Like, what the fuck? And it dawned on me like a light bulb. I'm like, it's the kratom, duh. Which is so obvious, and it's very humbling as a long-term kratom addict to realize, and so much experience with it. Like, I know how I get on kratom, and I still didn't catch myself like slipping into this way that I get when I'm on Kratom, which is just, it's like a feeling of being trapped. It's a hell, guys. It's a hellish experience, truly, at least for me. Like when I'm on Kratom, I am powerless. I can't do anything to stop these feelings. Like all I can do is just sit on the couch and just, I guess, try to escape it, like watch TV or something. Like it's trapped. I feel so trapped. And it kind of came to a head last night, and I realized like it's the freaking Kratom, duh. And then I like flash through all the hundreds of nights I've spent doing the same thing on Kratom, overstimulating the fuck out of myself, hitting my vape like there's no tomorrow, and feeling like shit. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm living Groundhog Day right now. And like, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I fuck the taper. Like, I hate the way I'm feeling right now. And I was like, I'm just gonna throw the Kratom that I have, which I had just bought Kratom like a couple days before, so I still had a decent amount left. And I was like, I'm throwing it away. I'm done. And I like imagined myself taking the Kratom, throwing it into the trash can, and my trash was full, so I was like, I'm just gonna like cover it and all the gross shit that's in my trash, and like, and then I'll just be done. And I got really excited about that idea, and I felt like I was like, that's gonna like give me my power back a little bit, because I feel very powerless right now. And yeah, I kind of hyped myself up on that thought, but then even then, for like an hour, I still waffled where I was like, oh, but like, because I have my grandpa's funeral in a few days. Um, my grandpa passed away. It's been a crazy couple weeks, so. But I was like, I don't want to be in withdrawal at like my grandpa's funeral. But really, ultimately, what made me actually do it was I was like, if my grandpa knew about my Kratom addiction, which he did not, but if he did, he would want me to be sober at his funeral. And it felt like the right decision, so I did it. I actually did it. I threw the Kratom and I shoved it to the bottom of the trash can. And at the last minute, I got a little carried away. I threw my vape in the trash too, because I hate vaping, you guys. The Kratom and the vaping together it's like the Kratom makes the vaping so much worse. And I threw my vape away too, for good measure. But don't be too proud of me, because like 30 minutes later, I was like, perhaps I was a bit too hasty. And I went and I dug my vape back out. But whatever, I'm not even gonna like beat myself up about that. Like, the point is we are back to square one, and I am once again withdrawing on Kratom, but I'm feeling a lot more jazzed up about it. And like, it's not like I needed another reminder, because I already know, or maybe I did, who knows. But that really like was a reminder that Kratom is only going to take me further and further and further away from the person I want to be, and a reminder of who I become when I'm lost in Kratom. I am a fucking loser. Like, I can't handle, I'm not capable of anything. I am an anxious wreck all the time. I'm irritated as fuck at all times. And yeah, I hate who I am. And I will willingly waste my life away. And I've talked about this in other videos, and here I am talking about it again. But yeah, I'm gonna start this journey over, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah. So I think I'll just end there. Shout out to anyone who is feeling what I'm feeling right now. In regards to Kratom, I love you. Sorry, I feel like I don't know how to end videos, so I get all. Sometimes I feel awkward. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess bye. I love you. But anyways, okay. Bye. Thanks for watching. Oh, and shout out to anyone who left comments on my last video. If you made it this far into this one, I really appreciated the comments I got on that. I got a few that I was like, aw, like, people are so sweet. So anyways, shout out to any of the people who have like engaged with me on here. I appreciate you. And I love you. Okay, bye.